Hi, my name is Georgia Tidwell, and I'm a librarian at West Lawn Middle School. And I'm making this short video to tell you some information about Battle of the Books. First of all, we appreciate very much your willingness to volunteer to help us with the Battle of the Books. This is the first time that the Tuscaloosa City Schools has done Battle of the Books on their own, so we appreciate it. We need all the volunteers that we can get. And we hope that you enjoy the day, and we know it'll be successful. And we would like to have you all want to come back in the future. The reason I'm making this video now for you to watch ahead of time is because we're trying to speed up the process the day of Battle of the Books. When you get there on Wednesday, February 28th, to TCTA, we would like to have a brief meeting and orientation with you before the competition starts. So we ask that our volunteers will arrive at 8:30 so that we can get competition started a little earlier. We would like to start between 9 and 9:15 at the latest, so that we will have time to get in our competition before students have to return to school for the buses to pick them up. Again, competition will be at TCTA. If you will just come to TCTA, there will be a sign directing you where you'll go. There will be a sign-in table there, and you will receive any materials, information, name tags at the sign-in table. There will be someone there to assist you with that. We will have 3 competition rooms going on. The first part of the competition is pool play. So teams are assigned a specific room that they will be competing against other teams, and they will all be in that same room for the pool play competition. Then after that, in the afternoon, we will have a bracket, and it will be single elimination for the people who advance to that particular round. We will start out with the pool play. There will be one winner who will come out of each pool of teams. So those 3, A, B, and C pool winners, will advance to the bracket round, plus the next 3, after we take those 3 out, the next 3 top scoring teams will go to the round also. So in the afternoon, there will be 6 teams competing in the single elimination round. Each round, there will be a score sheet, and the score sheet, I have it in front of me. The scoring is a little different this time than it has been in the past. You're getting a copy of the handbook, so this will look different from the information in the handbook because of some issues with the questions and how they were written this year. So if you look at this score sheet, you'll also have a copy of the score sheet. The first round is going to be questions, random questions about the various books. So it might be, what color was the car in a specific book. So you will ask the question, the student will ask the question, and then you will circle points for the answers. There's a place at the top for the name of the school. There's each school, actually, there's the one school competing in the other school. So for example, if it was West Lawn 1 versus Rock Quarry 2, this will be at the top of the score sheet. And up here at the top of each column, there's a place for student names. So before the round starts, you will record the names of each of the students from that school that's playing. Whoever gets the question correct, then you will circle the 10 for 10 points under that person's name. And at the end of the round, you will just total up each student's correct answers and then the total team points given for that round. The reason we do the student points is because there is an award given for each high scorer on each team. The second round is a worksheet round. There are 10 questions on a worksheet. Each team will be given 2 copies of the worksheet face down in front of them. When the moderator calls for them to start, they will start answering the questions on one of the official sheets. They have 2 sheets, but one will just be the official sheet. So that's what they turn in to get the points. So each team gets 5 points for each correct answer. So you will just see how many answers or how many questions they answer correctly times 5, and that's their points for that round. The third round, again, record the name of each student. And this one is what is different from what's in your handbook. The questions there is actually a two-part question. The first question will be a question about a specific book. For example, the question might be, in the book Ghost, what item does Ghost purchase every day? And the answer is sunflower seeds. If the person gets it correct, then you'll circle 5 points under their name. Then the bounce back, or the second part of the question, is who is the author of Ghost? And if they get the answer correct, Jason Reynolds, then you will circle the 3 because they get 3 extra points for getting the answer correct, getting the author correct. And the way this will work, this one, students buzz in to answer. The moderator recognizes them, and they get a chance to answer. If they miss it, someone on the other team has a chance to answer. On this round, it's the same way. They buzz in. If the student buzzes in to answer the first part of the question, if they get the question correct, but they don't get the author's name, the other team does not get a chance to answer the author's name. If the person on this team buzzes in, they try to answer the question and they get it wrong, then the other team does have an opportunity to answer the question. They just don't, if someone gets it correct, gets the first part correct, but they don't know the author, then the other team does not get a chance to do the author's name to get any points. Okay, there are should be 4 adults available for each room, so that's enough so that they can swap in and out. So if someone needs a break, then they can switch out. The different duties, let me go over the handbook for just a minute. The different duties, there's a moderator in each room. This is in your handbook on page, this is on second page. The moderator is the person who reads the questions. They are also like the head judge in the room. So the moderator's decision is final. When they read the question, the student will buzz in. The moderator has to recognize the student before that student can answer. If the moderator does not recognize the student and they start to answer, the moderator will just ignore them and the other team gets a chance to buzz in. So if they start talking before, the moderator recognizes the person. The moderator is the person who, if the answer is correct, the moderator will tell the scorekeeper, yes, that's correct. If the timer tracks the seconds after the moderator finishes reading a question, their role is to call time when it's the end of the time. The scorekeeper is going to write down or circle the points, and they're also going to be the one who tallies the number of points after each round. If team is not present within 5 minutes of the time that their match is supposed to begin, then that team has to forfeit. If some of the members are there, but they're missing a member or two, and it's time to start, then you can start without them, and the student does not get to enter the room. Once the match has started, then they can't come in late. So the people who are there will just have to play that round without someone on their team. Observers can be inside the room, but they have to be quiet. They can't disrupt in any way. There also cannot be any kind of recording devices or videos being taken during the competition. Once a question is asked, this is mainly for the timer and the moderator. Once the moderator reads the question, contestants have 5 seconds to buzz in. If no player buzzes in at the end of 5 seconds, then the moderator will just move on to the next question and no one gets the points. Once a player buzzes in to answer a question, he or she has to begin answering within 3 seconds. And if they don't begin within 3 seconds, or if the answer is correct, then the other team gets a chance to answer that question. If a question is read in its entirety, then the moderator does not reread the question for the other team. So a player can interrupt. Once the moderator starts reading, a player can interrupt the moderator and try to answer the question. But if the question was read in its entirety, the person gets it wrong, then the other team gets a chance to answer it. But if it's been read, the moderator can't reread it. If, let's say, the student interrupts the moderator and that person gets it wrong, the other team has a chance to answer it. The moderator can finish reading the question for the other team before they answer it. Of course, you cannot, students in rounds 1 and 3 cannot talk amongst themselves or to anyone outside of their team. There can't be any kind of conferencing during any part of 1 and 3. And in the round 2 with the worksheet, the only conferencing can be done among the team members. A maximum of 3 team members can play rounds 1 and 3. Round 2, up to 5 people, the whole team can help on the worksheet round. They can work together on that. You can sub in and out. For example, if you have 4 team members, you can have 3 team members play round 1. All 4 can do round 2 with the worksheet. And round 3, if you want to switch out a player with the student who didn't play in round 1, then you may do that. But you cannot do it once you start one of the rounds. So if you start round 1, they can't switch out till the end of the round. If an answer is disclosed before either team has a chance to answer it, then there'll be emergency questions available that you can use. Protests, a team can protest an answer. If there is a protest, it has to be done before the next question is read, and the moderator's decision is final on the answers. But if there is a question about one of the answers or one of the questions, then you can find one of the TCS librarians. You find Heather or Stephanie and ask them about the questions. Again, the moderator is the person in charge, but they can be switched out. So if the moderator needs to take a break, there should be an extra person in each room. So you should be able to switch in and out so someone else can take over the moderator role during a round or 2 if they want to, or if they just want to switch out, and that's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. If there's any question or issues, then there should be an extra person who's just a runner to go get somebody to ask. And I think that is probably about it. If there are questions, there will be a meeting the day of that morning, so look over the information and see if you have any questions you need to ask. Email one of us, or you can ask at Battle of the Books the day of competition. And again, we thank you so much for being willing to give your time, and we hope it's a great day. Thank you.